it's Teresa with Crafty with Teresa. Thank you for joining me today. You will see several cards today. I mentioned in my previous video I will be sharing an Independence Day card. This card is for our Independence Day celebration here in the United States. The celebration is the first week of July. Because I also have birthdays that week, you will see a few birthday cards plus an inspirational card that could be used for someone who's in the service. Basically saying stay brave and stay strong. And as usual, I've thrown in a couple other cards that I wanted to share. I think there are 9 or 10 in total. Some will not be complete, but I have the bases ready to go and can quickly add the sentiment for whatever is needed. And as usual, I'll show you several options and techniques. Here are some of the supplies that you'll need. Handful of items, the Sunburst background, here from Close to My Heart, the thin cut. There's a stencil here with some stars that we'll be using. The papers here are from Stars and Sparklers from Close to My Heart. You're going to need a press and seal. We're going to show a little trick there using this product. So, let's get crafting. So, I have taken the Sunburst die and I've run this particular red and white striped paper through there, and you can kind of see that the design is there. What I really want to do now is, before I do a lot of work on this, I want to go ahead and put my press and seal on this. So you're going to take this and you will press this down. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I would say this: you need to have a really good strong press there. And if you are a Cricut person, you know that how great this is when you have the ability to take the whole piece out at one time. So there is the actual piece all put together, and so there is 2 ways that we can throw this onto the card base. We can use our template here, which is just this piece right here, or we can use the press and seal to set it down. So we'll take a look at both ways in this video. Now I want to cut this first cut right at 2.5, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that blue, that navy blue, and I'm going to actually have that at 3. So I'm going to carefully peel back the press and seal, and I like where this looks on the red stripes. And we're actually using this on one card and this on the other card, so I'm trying to be very careful about doing this. Next, we'll go ahead and cut down our sapphire paper. Basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do it in 3 inches so that there'll be a little bit of an overlap, and you'll see that in just a bit. And then the other side will be at 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and put our embossing buddy on there. We're going to stamp some stars. This was from an old set that I had, but I wanted these stars to be white, so I intentionally am using this instead of the stencil. But you will see I do the stencil in the next one. Just randomly stamping to get some variety there. And that looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and put some embossing powder on that and heat set that with some white embossing powder. Here's the sapphire piece with the stars and the embossing powder all ready to go. I've done this in previous videos, but here's where I'm going to heat set it on my little clipboard, both on the front and the back. And I basically try to do that to keep the actual cardstock from warping. Seems to work pretty well for me. So the technique that I'm going to be showing now is the first starburst cut that we did. You could use the frame. As you see here, I'm pulling that frame out. I'm not going to be using it in this design, but you could actually use that frame in another design if you'd like. I like this technique the best. You take the item in the press and seal, place it on your base panel, press it down, line it up where you want it. Then what you'll do is, here's the easy part. You basically flip it over, put some glue on it, and back on the base panel you go. And it's lined up perfectly. You do have to adjust it sometimes occasionally, but majority of the time it's in a good spot, so you have some time to wiggle it around a little bit. But it's in a great place. I apologize, I did not get the part where I flipped it over and glued it on this video, but I have done it in previous videos. Here's the second technique I mentioned. You can take each of the pieces in the Starburst, organize them, and put them back together like a puzzle. I use a muffin pan because in this case there are exactly 12 pieces in this die. I take each one out and place it in a cup, starting with the number 1, which I have labeled here on the muffin pan. Then on to 2, 3, 4, and so on. So I'm going to take the Sapphire ink. I've cut this strip 4 1/4, but I have it about 3/4 of an inch. I want to give myself a little bit of room. I've already put my stamps on here, and they say stay brave and stay strong. I'm going to take the brave side and do it first. I'm going to do a test run because these have not been used yet. Try to get this straight. I plan to use it as one long strip across the middle of the card. I decided I wanted to pull a white Starburst frame around this design. Plus, I grabbed a sticker from the Star and Sparkler scrapbook kit to put in the middle of the card. I'll glue down the frame with my fine tip bottle that has art glitter glue in it, and I'll just put it down. I really like how that looks. I'll put some glue on the sentiment strip and put it in the middle of the card. I think this is looking really good. Now I'll grab my top folding card and add this base panel to it. Now, I could leave it right there just as it is, but I wanted to add a gold star right in the middle. So I grabbed one of the star sequins, grabbed my tweezers, and glued it down. There. I really think I like this card. It looks very patriotic. Now remember I mentioned that I was going to make a card with a stencil? Well, here it is. I wanted to quickly show you two things. Number one, I am using the frame die cut to actually put the red stripes down. I put them on the back side of the thin cut, glued them in, flipped it over, and yet another way to attach the Starburst. For the stencil, number two, for the stencil, I grabbed two different dye inks, Sapphire and Carolina, I thought they would go well with the sticker that I grabbed from the Close to My Heart workshop kit. Plus, I wanted darker and lighter colors. So to do that, I also used daubers and my Miracle, sometimes I call it magic brush. Now, just stencil the various sizes and colors of the stars directly onto the base panel. Now here's a look at all the Independence Day cards. Using this thin cut was so much fun. It was actually relaxing to put the pieces together. You can tell because I just couldn't stop making them. Here are the other ones that are in progress and will be done soon. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you'll see new videos as they come out. Until next time, have a great day.